Hi, hello everyone, and welcome back to those of you that were with us for the first panel this morning. This is the Royal Education Symposium hosted by the University of Guelph's Ontario Agricultural College. Thank you so much for joining us. If you didn't meet me earlier, my name is Christine. I'll be your host for the panel this afternoon. I am the liaison manager at the Ontario Agricultural College, and I'm proud alumnus of the University of Guelph, so I'm looking forward to exploring more about your future in food and talking to our amazing panelists we have today. So now I'm pleased to introduce our panelists for today. So if each of you could please tell us your name, your year of study, your program, or your job, that would be great. We'll start with Taylor.
Hi everyone, my name's Taylor Legg. I am in my 4th year of the Bachelor of Science and I am majoring in crop sciences.
Hello everyone, my name is Jack. I am a food science student with a co-op and I graduate in 2026.
Hi everyone, my name's Ivana and I'm a 2-time alumni of the University of Guelph. I graduated my undergraduate in animal biology in 2021 and I'm a current PhD student at the university.
I'm Landon. I just graduated from the University of Guelph. I did a food and agricultural business Bachelor of Commerce program with co-op and I currently work for Premier Equipment.
I'm Miranda. I'm a second-year equine management student with co-op.
I want to dive more into the future of food specifically. If each of you can share, how do you see innovation playing a role in the future of food or within your specific industry or fields, particularly in areas like sustainability and health and innovation and technology. So if each of you can share what your kind of innovation is in your industry. Taylor, you can start with us.
When I think about the innovations and the changes we're going to see coming up in Ontario plant agriculture, something that comes to mind is we are focusing more on local food production than we ever have, which is awesome. It doesn't always feel like it's going that way as things get more modern, but we grow so much food in Ontario, more than we ever have. We change the type of foods we can grow, and we do research that is for local environments so that the recommendations farmers are getting are highly specialized to what they need. And that is awesome because it creates a lot of jobs across the whole geography of Ontario in rural communities and urban communities, and it's exciting for consumers because you know your food's been produced close to you. So I'm really excited to see more of that in the future.
Yeah, and Jack, I know that food science is a lot of innovation technology. Can you share a little bit about what's involved in your industry?
Absolutely. At the moment, there's a lot of innovation towards making healthier food, as well as food with a higher shelf life, and less microbial growth. So that's a big thing. It's just improving the health of the consumer.
And I think making food taste better too. So there's a lot of dietary restrictions that people have and allergies. And I think it's really important that we have food scientists like yourself to make those foods that don't encompass those allergens that you could be allergic to or have dietary restrictions on, taste really good. So we appreciate that. Ivana, what kind of innovations do you see playing a role in your industry?
Yeah, so for animal agriculture, there's a lot of research going on at Guelph. I think as the climate is changing, our animals need to adapt and be more resilient, our production animals. So lots of studies going on regarding methane production in livestock animals, supplementation, and also how we can optimize performance and productivity without compromising welfare.
And Landon, I know your role is very tech and innovative specific. Do you want to share more about your role and what that might play in your future?
Yeah, for sure. So like mentioned, my role is kind of, the backbone of it is innovation and technology. So for instance, something as basic as auto-track, making sure your lines stay straight when you're planting, just to try to help farmers plant more and use less resources, whether it be seed, chemical, fertilizer, all trying to be more on the sustainable side of things as well. And the one big thing that agriculture is leaning towards right now is automation. So whether that be more cameras on your equipment to better see around you, virtually taking the operator out of the cab, making things run more efficient, and again, trying to save up your input costs with whether it be your seed, chemical, or fertilizer.
Thank you for sharing that. And Miranda, how do you see innovation and technology shaping the future of the equine industry?
Yeah, so for the equine industry, I think it would be more involved in the nutrition of the horses. How can you get the best of your horse? How can you help them excel in what they do? Something that can really help is just what you put in their bodies, much like what you put in your bodies as an athlete. I think food can really help with all of that.
Yeah, for sure. You've all shared a little bit about your future career aspirations. Can you share more about the different careers that exist that people might not currently be aware of within your industry as well? We'll switch things up again, and we'll go to Landon first.
One of the stats that University of Guelph really likes to highlight, and even before you become an undergrad student there, is that there's at least 4 or 5 jobs waiting for you at graduation, just to show the vast majority of the different career options that University of Guelph and the food industry and agriculture industry can provide for you.
And Ivana, what kind of jobs outside of what you're currently doing within research exist within the animal industry?
Yeah, so I think lots of different things. Obviously, I'm in research, but there's also a lot of different industry rules when it comes to consulting and helping producers and farmers manage their animals better. Somebody mentioned sustainability, so helping to inform nutrition. So animal nutrition is how much are we feeding and what should we be feeding, so we're not wasting or feeding too much, in the sense that we're not being sustainable and we're kind of throwing our money away in that sense. So that's what I would say.
Perfect. Miranda, we'll go over to you.
Well, there are many jobs in the equine industry. It is a worldwide industry, as we all know. There are lots of job opportunities that the industry can provide for you. Many of them you probably don't even know about. You could go into insurance or law, equine real estate. You could just go into foal management at some barns or anything. It's very, it's not a small option that you have when you come with horses. It's a wide variety of jobs that you could go into.
Yeah, thank you. Jack, what else? I know you're interested in product development specifically, but what other job opportunities are there within the food science field?
Yeah, absolutely. So while a lot of the jobs do revolve around product development, quality control, it is a very broad program. I have friends that are in more of the food aspect versus like the science aspect. I have friends that are helping kind of develop menus and working with chefs at restaurants. And then I have friends in the complete opposite spectrum who are in science and they're working on GMOs. They're creating kind of flavors in labs. So it's very broad. You can go into whatever you feel comfortable in.
And I think marketing is a big part of all of your fields too. So marketing and packaging in food science is a big portion too. So if you're interested in business specifically, it can be applied to pretty much any industry, especially the food and agriculture industry. So just keep that in mind if you want to explore that opportunity more. Taylor, what other jobs are available within your industry?
Yeah, so the nice part about working in crops is it's seasonal and it happens every single year. So they always need people working. There are jobs in primary production where you're operating equipment and you're focused on directly growing plants. But there are also jobs in research, and there are jobs in working with farmers and educating consumers, which I'm really happy to be able to see more of. But the opportunities in crops really are endless. If you haven't heard of it, it probably exists somewhere.
Yeah, perfect. And what Landon said at the beginning, there are 4 or 5 jobs for every graduate entering Ontario's food and agriculture sector. So there really is no shortage of jobs within this industry, and this industry is also very small and close-knit. So you're often meeting a lot of your future employers or people that are working within your industry when you are in your undergraduate degree. So you get to really make a lot of great connections while you're studying as well. We're going to wrap things up with a final question for each of you, and that is, what advice do you have for students that are interested in joining the future of food, and how do you think that they can be part of that evolution? We'll start with Taylor here.
I think the advice I would give if I had to pick one thing would be, and this is not just with food or agriculture, it's with whatever you guys choose to do after high school, is to dig broad and not deep. So try a lot of new things that you don't have experience with, or things that you don't think you would normally like, because your career and your dreams for your life will change so much over the course of university, and you'll be surprised about the little random things that you did that actually ended up serving you really well in the future. So if you if you want to go to school for animals or to be a vet and you don't think you like plants, going to a couple plant classes or learning about something like that, you'll be really shocked about how much that will make you more well-rounded in the future. And I think that being well-rounded is super important.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to try things too. At least the worst that can happen is that you don't like it and that you don't want to do it in your future, and that's great to know early on as well. Miranda, down to you. Well, what piece of advice do you have for students interested in this industry?
Well, I would say doesn't matter what you do, don't be afraid to learn. Ask questions if you don't understand something. The professors are not all that scary. Definitely try new things. I think that's one of the big ones. If you think that maybe the Quidditch club sounds fun, I say you go do it. You go do that, and it's something you could put down for your resume. You were part of the Quidditch club at the University of Guelph, or something. Just have fun and do what you love, but do it and have fun.
Thank you. And Jack, same question for you.
Yeah, I would say get involved. That's a really big thing. The University of Guelph provides a lot of opportunities, like job networks and clubs. I would say a lot of my opportunities for jobs came from a lot of this stuff. I got involved. I talked to profs. I went to job fairs. I joined clubs, and it helped me really branch out my network and realize what I want to go into.
Perfect. Thank you. Ivana.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I will also say keep an open mind and also surround yourself with people from different disciplines who think differently and who have different interests, because a lot of the time the solution to the problem that you have is somewhere where you're not looking, so a different field or a different industry.
Yeah, that's a great point. And Landon, you can wrap it all up.
This might not be specific to the University of Guelph, I think just more of the egg industry as a whole, but just kind of be aware where your food comes from and be aware of kind of the byproducts of where it is, because really everything even here today relates back to agriculture. It's so important that we understand that this industry is not going away, so just make sure to be aware, be cautious, and kind of just support farmers with everything that they do.
Yeah, thank you. Well said, everybody. So just before I finish off here and we pass it over to the next session on the stage. First of all, thank you so much to our panelists for sharing your knowledge and your perspective today. We really appreciate you doing that. I wanted to share a few of the upcoming virtual events that we have as well that we're hosting in November and in the new year. You can scan this QR code on the screen here to learn more about these events and register. They are free, they're all virtual, so they're hosted in the evening, and you can learn more about the different programs within the OAC. We also have a few in-person events happening soon on campus. So we have our STEM open house this coming Sunday, and then we also have our Animal Reach Ahead Day on campus. And as always, you can do a campus tour on your own, so scan that QR code there to go to that. And then for educators and teachers that are out there, we also have a variety of opportunities for you. So we have not only these virtual info nights for our students, but we also host SHISM Reach Ahead activities. We also host on-campus experience days for your students. You can bring your whole class of students to campus to do a few hands-on activities. There's a variety of curriculum-link lesson plans that you have that you can access for free. We host virtual guest speakers for your classroom. You can also tour our virtual research facilities too. We do professional development days, and we have an educator newsletter subscription. So you can scan this QR code to get subscribed to that newsletter to be the first to learn about those opportunities for your classroom. If you want to reach out to us, you can connect with us via email or follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you have any questions about admissions, we're also happy to answer those or point you in the direction of a person that can. And then lastly, we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any feedback about today's session, you can scan this QR code to provide us with that as well. And finally, thank you so much again to our panelists for sharing their perspective, and thank you all for joining us today to learn about your future in food. And I hope to see you on campus in the future and within the agriculture and food industry to make a difference in our food system. Enjoy the rest of your day at the Royal Winter Fair, and all the best to everyone. Thank you again.